Hey, it's Tuesday, April 14th, and this is the lesson from Module 5, Lesson 14, and this is the warm-up. So I'm going to share my screen with you in just a moment here, and we need to backtrack a little bit. So today's lesson is on solving real-world problems involving area figures with fractional side lengths using visual models and/or equations. Word problems. Let's do it. So to warm up, we're going to practice multiplying fractions just like we did yesterday. So say the number, sentence, and product. 1/2 times 1/4 equals 1/8. The next one, 1/2 times 1/8 equals 1/16. On your board or your piece of paper now, you're going to write the equation and solve. 1/2 times 5/8. This is a good time for you to pause. And then when you have the answer, you unpause to hear what the answer should be. So my picture's in the way here. Move myself out of the way. 1/2 times 5/8. You should have gotten 5/16. And you're always going to ask yourself, do these two numbers, the numerator and the denominator, have any factors in common? And in this case, no, they don't. Next one, 3/4 times 3/5. And the answer is 9/20. Moving on. 1/4 times 5/12. And the answer is 5/48. Any common factors there? No. Okay, and the last one, 2/3 times 3/2. Answer 6/6. Is that in simplest form? No. It should be whole number 1. Okay, find the volume just like we did yesterday. We're thinking about decomposing the shape into layers. So the volume of this figure could be described as how many units by how many units by how many units. Let's go length times width times height. So the length is 1, 2, 3 units times the width would be 2 units. And the height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then to find the volume, we simply multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. And of course, our units would be cubed because we're finding volume. So 42 units, you could either write the word cubed or you could use the exponent to the 3rd power. How many layers of 6 cubes are in the prism? So now you have to look at this and think about which layer has 6 cubes. I see on the top face 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, there it is. So how many layers of 6 cubes are there? I'm going to go ahead and count them out. And I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. So that would be 7. Number 3, write a multiplication sentence to find the volume starting with the number of layers. So we said there were 7 layers. So we could write a number sentence that would be 7 units. I'm just going to write U for units. 7U times, it doesn't matter whether you put 3 first or 2 first. Because of the commutative property of multiplication, doesn't matter what order you multiply and you're going to get the same answer, which is 42 units cubed. All right, moving on. I don't think we're going to do that one. We're going to do a little physiometry here. It's going to be hard to do because I'm in a small little box, but basically I'm going to point to one wall and I want you to point to the wall that's parallel to the wall. So I'm pointing here, you're pointing